second Forge retreat was in Waco, Texas. We could actually control the waves from like basic to a little bit more intermediate. And to me, it wasn't about like the waves that I caught. It was about the brothers that were cheering me on the side and in the waves with me.
When you first become an amputee, you have to learn how to do things differently. A lot of questions that run through your mind is like, what can I do? And it's very difficult, especially if you don't have that community or not able to broaden those horizons into what is actually possible.
Getting into surfing was awesome. No matter how tired I got, I just kept making it out for one more wave, because I was feeling a way that I had not felt since before my accident, before all this happened to me.
This year, I didn't surf all that much, but I sat back and I watched people. I watched Nick, and the first time he got on the wave and he was smiling from ear to ear. And that night at small group, Mr. Jim said to him, he said, Nick, since that time, he said, you've changed. He said, I've done so much more today than I thought was possible. I didn't know that I was going to be able to feel this way or experience these things ever again. And he said, I did. Every man on this retreat has experienced that multiple times during these events.
What is so unique about this environment of men living with limb loss and limb difference is that we can give each other sympathy and empathy.
It's awesome to have such a close-knit community that created relationships that I never even thought were going to be possible, especially right now in my life where everything just seemed so lonely. But being at the Forge retreat really changed that, and I got to meet people just within a few days that I can already call my brothers, and I can confidently say that.
I had all these walls built up, and as soon as I came in the house, it's like they all just fell down, and I just felt accepted. There was nothing but love in this house, you know, and it's awesome. That's what we need, is brotherly love, and it's pretty easy to forget that sometimes.
The theme of this year was through the fire, and really it's meant to center around everybody here is going through some degree of trial. Trials are guaranteed. Scripture tells us that trials will happen in our lives, but know that there is another in the fire, the same God of the universe that is in the fire with us.
Walking through the fire, you don't have to do it alone, because not only do we have Jesus, but we have each other. And when we get out, we are a new creation, because through Christ, we are a new creation.
Every hard thing we're going through, God is stripping away our pride, our fear, resistance to the heat, but now it has a new purpose. And that never would have happened without that forging process, without that heat and trials and pain.
Sometimes it takes this really difficult hardship that breaks you to a point where God can actually use you and form you.
Whether you're an amputee or not, everyone has trials that they face, and most of them are not visible. There's trials that He puts us through. They're not punishment, and He only brings us there when He knows we're ready to make it through on the other side of those experiences and maybe enrich the lives of others through it.
I got to throw myself into the fire with all these other awesome people, and I feel like I'm coming out of it a completely different person, for the better.
The classic thing that I love to say is a knife can't sharpen itself. Don't think that you have to try to do it on your own. We need our brothers. We need God. We need all of these things that He's put before us to keep us on that right path. And it gives us the whole experience of life that God is desiring for us to have in community.